traitors to humanity and xenocide enthusiasts that believe that the universe is ours to conquer, welcome to the video. Today we're going to be doing how I did really obliterate the blue freaks again, which seems to be a part 2. Fuck, I feel like we missed a part. It's fine. I just saw this pop up in my my For You page, and I hit my elbow. It was not the funny bone. This video is about, I'm assuming, Avatar, and this guy who popped up in my feed, which I wanted to watch with you guys. There you go. Ow. Ow. Anyways, that being said, I am excited to get into this topic. I am a big Warhammer fan, so this type of ideology is not new to me or anything. Alright. That being said, I'll obliterate the blue freaks from Avatar, actually. We'll do this one only, and then we'll do the next one next time. Alright? So, that being said, let's see how this works, you know?
Files, you will become one with nature.
I am one with nature.
The year is 2154. You just got out of cryo sleep, a 6-year-long slumber. You're about to hit the floor of Pandora and face off against the jungle that wants to kill you. Out there beyond the wire, everything that flies, crawls, squats in the mud wants to kill you and eat your eyes for juju
berries.
Gentlemen, I noticed in Pandora that the advanced human civilization that managed to fare the ever unforgiving environment that is space, travel for 6 years, got defeated by a bunch of natives that were in touch with nature and used bows, which I'm a big fan of archery, so it's kind of sick. Now, I was thinking to myself, there's a problem here, because the humans shouldn't have lost, and I, as a human myself, wanted to take it upon myself to win. Now, this video serves as entertainment. Whether you're on the toilet watching this, maybe you're drinking some coffee or eating some beer, I appreciate you tuning into Bureau Files. My name is Aaron, and today we are going to dissect how we could win on Pandora, because humans deserve to be masters of all of whatever. Because humans deserve to be masters of all the known universe. You heard it from me, folks.
You know, as a fellow human, I also follow this ideology very well. The world and the stars are ours to conquer. We will conquer them all. Aliens be damned. They better hope they're more advanced than us, because if they're not, well, baby, they ain't human, so the Geneva Convention does not apply to them, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying. For the God Emperor of mankind. Shout out Super Earth politician. You know what? For Super Earth, indeed. I will
now, of course, some quick context about the movie
this populace from their mindset.
The Bombshell 2009. I think he wanted to even make the movie earlier, but the CGI technology was not quite where it was, and so it was postponed until technology could catch up. Now, the movie Avatar does remind me of a lot of other movies like Dances with Wolves, Pocahontas. What's the one where Tom Cruise becomes a weeb? The Last Samurai. Essentially, a dude from a more advanced civilization goes native and helps the natives repel the advanced civilization, because their native civilization is at harmony and is peaceful, while the advanced civilization is capitalist.
I'm sorry, bro. As far as I remember, right? Our Earth needs its resources to survive. We have no choice, but they make the humans look evil, and you feel like it makes us feel like we have to choose the natives because they're the morally better people and because they didn't choose any of this and all that. But I'm sorry. In the end of the day, I'm a human, and I'm gonna be pro-human for our own survival. I apologize for all Xeno lovers out there, but I do not sympathize for you, and I think you should all be excommunicated to the next shift to Dead Space, okay? Go make your tribe in another planet, because our humanity empire must thrive. It must survive. We must colonize, all right? For all of us to thrive. I was gonna say clanker. Oh no, there is no clankers here. This is not. These are Xeno's species. Okay, I will not sympathize.
And greedy. The social impact of Avatar was massive. Right now, I checked the lifetime gross, and it's
they will either integrate to the culture or be disintegrated from existence. There is no in between. Whoa, Grandpa, you can't say that. You can't tell me what to say, Sonny. Grandpa, you had too much to drink. I had enough to see the truth.
At $3 billion, the highest grossing movie of all time. I think there was a time when the millennials all saw that movie and they wanted to be giant blue Na'vi people, and they were acting like peak millennials would, LARPing around as the blue Na'vi. I don't mind a good LARP, but I'm not LARPing as a tall cat person. The movie, of course, has a great heavy hand of political commentary. Greedy capitalistic natures and corporations extracting and taking advantage of a native population. Definitely something that's happened here in the human history pretty much since the beginning. A more stronger advanced civilization shows up, sees resources that they want, and casts away with the native population that is weaker and not as advanced. Yeah, I get it. The movie literally revolves around something called unobtainium. It's like $20 million a kilo. I can understand why they want to get the literal unobtainium so bad. What does unobtainium do? I don't know. And in the lore of the movie, we get examples of Earth bad. The main protagonist brother literally got killed over the money in his wallet. The economy is bad. There's wars going on. The dude literally fought in Venezuela. Jake Sully, a recon Marine, a veteran of the Venezuelan conflict. Some bad bush. Now, I do appreciate my recon Marines. I was talking to a Marine, and he was saying that Marines are crazy. They like to ruck up mountains, but recon Marines are extra crazy. They'll see a mountain, and they want to ruck up it, but they want to run with their rucks up it. These guys are on a whole different level, and Jake Sully is a recon Marine. Now, Jake Sully wants something that he lost due to his service. He wants his legs back. And the corporation says he's going to get his legs back if he plays ball and gets them intel on what the Na'vi are doing back at Tree Base. Not gonna lie, chat, Tree Base looks kind of sick. Now, Jake ends up going native. Once Jake Sully infiltrates the natives, he starts learning their ways, and he starts to like their ways. He learns that the Na'vi are in touch with nature, living off the land, being at harmony with all that is around them, getting to exist in a beautiful jungle. Jake even has a new body where he can be ultra athletic as a giant blue person. He also gets a really cool bow that's probably like 200 pounds or something, because the Na'vi are really tall, so they can get some good leverage.
They got
I can only shoot like a 106-pound bow right now. I'm working on it. I'm a big long bow guy, a war bow guy, I should say. And another thing is that he even has his own dragon that he gets to fly around thanks to his braided neural link. That's also pretty sick. Listen, I get it. It's understandably cool. I would be pretty jazzed myself to fly around on a dragon, firing my sick longbow. And the icing on all of this is he gets himself some tail. Literally, he gets himself a nice tall blue cat girl. Chief's daughter at that too. Jake Sully has game, and he knows he has game, and there's a reason he went full native. And honestly, after watching the movie as an adult, I kind of get it. Do you want to work your boring soulless corporate job, or do you want to fly around on a dragon with your hot native, subjective I guess. Do you want to work a corporate job, or do you want to fly around with your cute cat girl native?
Yes.
You want to fly around with a cute cat girl with your longbow on a dragon? Boys, sign me up. I'm taking that dragon and the cute cat girl. Oh my god, I get it now. I get it. It all makes sense, Jake Sully. But at the end of the day, I ain't Jake Sully. I'm a human through and through. I don't got no dragon. I don't got no tall cat girl, and I don't have a really tall bow. In comparison, I do have a tall bow, I should say. So I got that going for me. Even back in 2009, as a very young teenager, I was on Team Human when I watched this movie. I saw a lot of people that looked like me that needed good jobs and stability, because back home, the corporate world, or whatever aspect they came from there, probably sucked. So they're getting a sick opportunity to advance their careers on a new planet. And the mercenaries there really resonated with me, because at that time, my brothers were in the global war on terror. So it was kind of like looking at my older brothers that were off in a foreign land fighting a foreign foe. And so I felt this connection to the humans. And above all, I want to make sure that those corporate shareholders are happy. Buddy, I'm a capitalist. You gotta make sure the shareholders can buy a third yacht. Now, my big problem and my big complaint with the movie would be the tactics used. by the humans over the climactic battle. The movie takes place in the year 2154. Do you know what other movie takes place in the year 2154? If you said Elysium, you're correct.
I didn't
Matt
get a
Damon running around in LA trying to fight a South African mercenary. That movie takes place in 2154. Are they possibly in the same universe? Food for thought. Now, the tactics they used in that assault pretty much looks like tactics from the year 1917. A low-flying bombing campaign into hostile territory. What the heck, man? They literally have.
I mean, if I remember right, this was a mining like bombs and everything, and they weren't pretty prepared for this. So I will cut them some slack because they're not like they had a very huge. They should have still been a lot better. I agree with that, but I don't. They weren't exactly the most prepared group.
Space shuttle, not just one, but 2 space shuttles. They showed up in a spaceship, and they're going to do a low-level bombing campaign with primitive explosives? What are we doing here? Guys, what are we doing here? Now, as much as I do like and typically agree with the graying warmonger physiognomy, I will say that the Colonel made a bad call here. I was curious and thought, why are there no, say, cruise missiles? A missile where you can launch something from a safe distance away, it flies over there and it blows up your target. How come they don't have like a death ray satellite up there? We have death ray lasers already. Look at Hawaii, allegedly. The blue roofs were okay. I even thought about why no like futuristic Agent Orange. This one is pretty brutal, I will say. Like, I saw the movie, and after having kids, I think I'm getting soft because I saw like the little baby avatars running away, and I was like, all right, that'd be pretty brutal. I understand why Jake Sully led a rebellion. The humanist side of me gets it. But if I detach myself and I want to focus on military tactics and being brutal, this is kind of the route I'm going. I'm not a monster, okay? I'm just doing my job. So I thought maybe some sort of futuristic Agent Orange. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Agent Orange, essentially it's a chemical substance that kills plant life and vegetation. It has horrible
the chemical
side effects
warfare
on the
would
human
probably
body.
be
There was a lot of
really
cases of just terrible things coming out of Vietnam,
really
where
advanced.
it was used in the Vietnam War.
Can we not just use a virus?
So it's one of those things that would definitely not look good to the press, right? If you're like Agent Oranging a bunch of peaceful blue people that were just trying to chill at their giant tree, the whole optics of it doesn't look good, but damn, brother, the shareholders need their unobtainium, and I, a good mercenary, am gonna get them that unobtainium. Another thing I also thought about is why no futuristic bio agent? If we look at Earth's history and we look at the conquistadors coming across the Atlantic, interacting with the natives, what would follow would be Armageddon for the native population as they are exposed to European germs. Yes, European technology was more advanced,
just go
but they
sneeze
were
on them.
conquered mainly by germs that were honed and developed over thousands of years of European conflict. The bubonic plague and its consequences for the tribes of the Aztecs. If you really wanted to combat these natives, why not release some sort of chemical agent specifically targeted to their genome? I'm not a monster. Another thing, why no drones? I know maybe in 2009, the drone warfare zeitgeist was not all there, but drones did exist. Drones were bombing targets in the Middle East. Why not send up some sort of giant drone plane with the ordnance and missiles or whatever you need to target it and take that thing out? Why no robots? In Elysium, there were sick infantry robots. On Pandora, there could have been some even sicker.
It should have been robots. That's true. We should have had robots
that could combat the hostiles on that planet and keep actual humans safe. Essentially, there are a bunch of futuristic sci-fi options that you have that you could handle the conflict on Pandora with. But in the movie, they went with none of those because a conflict needs to happen and the blue people need to win. But I am going to rewrite James Cameron's story so the good guys can win. My solution, it's simple.
Good
Use better
guys.
math. I literally typed into ChatGPT. I said, hey, ChatGPT, what's the mathematical equation I need to drop from the stratosphere a large package of explosives? It's a basic equation, said ChatGPT.
Please leave me alone.
To take into the horizontal motion, the vertical motion, time to hit the ground, find horizontal distance, impact point, an example of a calculation, altitude 20,000 meters, initial horizontal velocity 250 meters a second, gravitational
My boy, I
acceleration,
ain't listening. I don't know math. I'm a VTuber.
Right, Starling! What's the plan?
Okay, say there was embargoes, restrictions, political sanctions on what sort of weapons they could use. Maybe the private military side of things was just there as a safeguard.
They wouldn't be because they're not human. They're xenos. I don't think there's a Geneva Convention for them. I don't think they apply under that.
Defense, so the mining operations could have some sort of security, but they weren't designed to be an aggressive military force set out to destroy the native population.
Yeah.
But things escalated and they needed that level of firepower, but they don't have access to it. My plan was take a large space shuttle, fly into the stratosphere where no other bad hostiles can come and get you, and drop the ordnance that way. I would say that'd probably be one of the simplest ways to do it, and I wouldn't take my uber duper expensive space shuttle and fly it super low between floating mountains and try and drop a bunch of TNT out the back like that. Seems like a really bad idea. I would also say my plan is pretty low risk. Even if you miss and you don't hit your target, you just go back and get some more explosives and try again. Heck, they even have 2 space shuttles, so you could pretty much be running sorties around the clock. And of course, I would keep the troops in reserve and amp up defenses around the base. And if there was some sort of massive army coming to attack the human base, well, you still have your air force intact to repel all those bad guys. And with all that in place, you can then bomb those tribes into smithereens. Now, one thing did kind of happen in the movie that was like Awa Ex Machina, where the planet itself and all the wildlife banded together to repel the humans. So you may have to deal with that, not just the trained, I guess, flying dragons that the giant blue people were riding. So that could be a problem. So maybe keeping your forces in reserve and not sending them out on a mission where you have everyone die and you lose all your military assets in a decisive loss could be a good idea. I don't think those things can get up to the stratosphere, my good man.
True.
Now for something completely different.
Ooh, okay.
So one thing I was thinking about was a conspiracy theory where there was an advanced Na'vi civilization that traveled throughout the stars and they got to Earth. The reason for this is they kind of match some descriptions from biblical texts where they are like these 12-foot giants, they're strong, they're athletic, and maybe there's some sort of Nephilim connection there. What I'm trying to get at is that any good chance to connect some Nephilim to something, I will try my best to do it because Nephilim are interesting. They also have the feline features that could creep into some sort of ancient Egypt origins. Maybe they interacted with the Egyptians back in the day. Now, back on the Na'vi planet, on Pandora, maybe something cataclysmic happened to where their baseline was destroyed, or maybe those
That's a nice fun
from
theory.
Pandora. Maybe something happened back in the day, even in their ancient civilization, where they got stranded on that planet and became hunter-gatherers. Yep, that's all conspiracy theory, though. Ultimately, I will say probably a shorter video, pretty simple solution. But I was thinking about this movie and I was thinking about just a quick and easy way that can make it a lot better, a lot more profitable for the shareholders back at Earth, a lot more people living, but ultimately a nice, quick, easy video on how I would handle the giant blue freaks from Avatar because they gotta go. I want my shareholders to get the most unobtainium possible so that they can build more spaceships and we can conquer more planets. I have a vested interest in this. I was born too late to explore the Earth, too early to explore space, and so deep down in my subconscious, I want to conquer space. I can't explain it, but it's there. Gentlemen, I appreciate you tuning into Bureau Files, a channel where it is definitely a little weird,
listen,
but
I
it's
would
a lot of
enjoy
fun.
what
I'd encourage you to
Sully
like and
had, but
subscribe
I
and
would
leave a comment
not
in the
trade out
section
for
down
humanity,
below. Your
considering
comments
they're
really
gonna
do
win.
help out with the YouTube algorithm because
God
they
bless me.
enjoy engagement.
In the long
if you
run.
didn't like the video, feel free to dislike it. It's all the same to me.
I'm liking it. I'm looking at the comments. Not dropping a giant inert tungsten rod from orbit was a giant oversight from the part of the humans. Yes, the tungsten rods. It could cryogenically freeze human being, but can emit an orbital strike weapon, not even the nice CBM. Yeah, I introduced wild hogs in the so they sit back and watch it out unfold. I was called crazy when I thought the humans were supposed to win back then as a kid. I thought so too. I was like, yeah, my war is hammered. My hell is dived. My starship is troopered. My halo is haloed. That's what I mean. Okay, not a few things to mention. The invasion of Pandora was needed for the survival of humanity, as unobtainium was a room temperature superconductor which made space flight travel significantly easier. They needed to get space flight to be easier so people on Earth, which massively overpopulated, could leave so they could live better lives. Next, the RDA, the company, had tried to use diplomacy, but no matter what they tried, the Na'vi did not accept what they offered and killed diplomats. So they were forced to fight, which they didn't want to do. And I heard somewhere that they couldn't. You could save your family, and the only thing standing in your way is a caveman's favorite tree. The caveman's favorite tree. Would you hesitate to chop the tree down? Hell no. That was the whole Pandora conflict boils down to. Oh, you know what? You've given me a lot less reasons why to, even side with the Na'vi. Hell no. Chop down the tree right now. I need to save my family is instant. Anyways, though, that has been my reaction to how do I obliterate the blue freaks in Avatar, and I'll probably do part 2. But this is enjoyable. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will catch you guys later, YouTube. As always, the original video is going to be in the top of the description. I do record this all live on Twitch, so you know you want to be here, part of the madness. Follow me there, though. I do upload daily. Do follow me there for those. Like and subscribe for those notifications and hit that notification bell. Besides that, though, that's gonna be all for me. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys later. Love you all, YouTube, and see you guys later. Bye bye, my lost souls.